Hey collective, this one's for you. Gonna be doing an energy reading for this week, so if you're curious what might be going on, stick around. We're about to get into it. All right, so man, the readings this week have been wild. Honestly, they've all kind of been warnings for later in this year, and I really believe that now that I've seen like how they've all kind of played out, and I'm seeing like the patterns, I do feel like basically we just left off of a choice point, right? We had to make a decision. No, most of us have had to make a decision these past few months, and I do believe that at the end of this year we're going to see the cause and effect of that decision. So I guess this is just really trying to get everybody to be open to how that's going to feel when we get to the part where we see the cause and effect of our decisions, and how every decision has pros and cons. There's going to be a lot of things coming up that are going to make us uncomfortable. And I'm seeing this in the fall. I'm really seeing this in autumn. So yeah, let's see what archetype we're all in right now. You know, I'm starting with the Citadel deck, and yeah, I'm ready to get into it. Ooh, the Forgotten. Missed opportunities, fear of failure. And really what I'm feeling is that this is because a lot of people think that one little thing happening reflects on everything, right? And it's like, dude, that was just one little thing in this beautiful thing that you've created. You know what I mean? So it's like really hard for people to move past the one thing wrong when really there's like a billion other things going right, and you're worried about that one thing. And that is lack mindset. So there's going to be a need to check yourself before you wreck yourself this fall. And for some reason, this message is coming in now, so maybe save this for later. I was not planning on that being the pattern, you know, that I saw, but you know, I can't plan that type of stuff. Wow, we're starting with the Star card. Oh wait, I forgot to read this card. Okay, I'm like ready to go. All right, everybody take a deep breath. Drink some water if you got some, whatever you drinking, have a sip. Let's get into it. All right, so I'm gonna read this card and see, because I don't think I've gotten this one yet, honestly. Forgotten. 90. A canal runs through the Citadel, deep and silent, reflecting the evening lanterns. Little cafes line the banks, filled with conversation and laughter. Couples stroll past, wrapped up in their evening. No one sees the figure that passes them all by, gaze averted. The Forgotten does not speak, nor hear, nor even see. They are so certain that they have nothing to give the world that they do not even try. Oh my gosh. The social pressure to say and do the right thing can be overwhelming, and no one gets it right every time. Don't allow the fear of making a mistake stop you from trying at all, though, or you'll find yourself isolated from the very company you crave. Be aware of what is causing you this anxiety and turn that negative energy into something constructive. Wow. This is an interesting card. I have not gotten this one. This is like a serious fear of being seen, perceived, fear of a lot of things. Yeah, failure, fear of those missed opportunities. There's going to be a lot of fear at the end of this fall, or at the end of the year and fall. And it's going to be intense. It's going to be an intense wave of energy. I think that's why the Star card came out first. But if you would like to skip ahead and you don't like to see the cards come out, you're welcome to. Wow. Let's see how this is going to really show up and how it's going to be transformative for us, because these things don't happen so to hurt us, they happen to transform us. So let's see what transformative lesson there is to learn within this. Fuck. Let me get that card. Okay. Wow. Whoa. Oh, shit. I can feel it. I can feel it. And you know what song just came? I can feel it coming in the air tonight. So the way that this year is showing up, right now we're like in the day. Later this year is going to be the night. It's going to be tough. I can feel it coming in the air tonight for sure. Okay. All right, just give me a second. This one, yeah, it's hitting. It's hitting. Okay. All right, let's just get started so I can get in the flow. Okay. Sorry. I'm a clairsentient, so I feel it, you know, I really feel it, and it gets hard. Yeah, this is going to be an opportunity to heal and start fresh. That does not mean it's going to be easy. That means it's actually going to be relatively difficult because, like I said, which is crazy that these cards came out together, there are going to be a lot of things revealed about the law of cause and effect, how your cause has an effect, what that decision you made, this is going to be the other side of it, right? So there's going to be a lot of things being illuminated that are going to show you this, and it's going to be a little overwhelming, I would say, because I'm not saying for all of you it's going to be bad and hard and negative. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it really is going to depend on you and how you're able to see these things, and not much about what you did. It's really how you view it. You're on a new path. This is a completely different path than you've been on before. This is a very amazing opportunity for growth. I see that there's a lot of growth and wisdom to be learned on this road that you're beginning on. And oh my gosh, that's crazy, because in the reading for the water signs, I was talking about the Temperance card and how they are going to be our guiding light on our path. Notice how this path is like golden. That is what I'm talking about. If you can call on your divine support and keep that inner harmony, you'll be able to move through this a lot easier than people that are trapped and lost and sad and don't ask for help, don't try to at least maintain that inner peace. You know, I'm not saying you're gonna be perfect, but at least try and are doing the things to get it instead of doing the chaotic things that bring you more chaos, right? So how you go about this is gonna be crucial, right? This is all gonna depend. How are you reacting to the cause, to the effect of your cause? Bruh, this is crazy. I do see that you're gonna have to be able to cut through any of that bullshit. I really feel like this is internal. I'm sure there's gonna be some like chaos outside of you and that you're gonna have to like really speak up on, but it's gonna start within you first, and how you handle the voices in your head or how you're gonna handle these chaotic situations outside of you. So be careful how you're talking to yourself, how you're feeling, and yeah, that's really the main thing. And are you trusting your intuition of what you need to say when you need to speak up? Because that's what the Queen of Swords is all about your voice and how you're using it based on your intuitive hits, right? Are you getting that intuitive hit and then ignoring it? Or are you going to do something about it? Are you going to say something? That kind of shit, and that'll say whether you transform and become the magician, or whether you become a person who has no idea what they feel or what they want, or, all these things. So there's going to be some work to do, in regards to this. But, it's really dependent on how you get back to that inner peace, even though you've been hurt. Are you going to stay a victim, or are you going to find your peace? It's going to be dependent on the person. How are you going to handle it? How are you going to handle that past hurt that comes up again? Are you going to be able to find your peace even though, that painful moment is coming up for you? And if you can, you're going to be victorious. If you can move on and keep your peace, you're going to do great. You got to remember, zoom out when you need to, See this shit how it is. Don't look at this shit through a romanticized lens. Don't look on this past choice point and forget all the reasons you made that decision. Do not forget. Man, I'm nervous about myself. I'm like, damn, how is that choice? Like, how is that going to come back for me? But it's okay. That's just how it is. We don't know. There's a lot of uncertainty, but I do know that spirit got me. I know that I got me, and I know that it'll be all right, right? So just keep that in mind. That's what this is. This is that inner cup of inside of you of like, I know how I feel about that decision. I know I did this for me for this reason or whatever, for my kids, whatever you had to do, right? You got to keep that with you. Don't throw it away. Don't toss that piece of paper in the trash for later. Keep that reminder, you know, I was saying this in, I think, the fire sign reading, or maybe it was earth sign, but write a letter to this future you of why you made this decision. That might help you later on, because a lot of people get to that point of they're seeing the cons and they're like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done this. Things were fine back then. Maybe I was being over dramatic. Maybe I was this. No, you felt that way for a reason. Now honor your feeling. Because you could be on the cusp of something amazing. This is 10 of Pentacles. This is fulfillment in the material world. You want this. This is how you get there. Remembering that and knowing that you have everything that you need. Even if you don't have everything that you need, you got everything you need. Does that make sense? But yeah, there's going to be another choice point that comes up of like, how do you handle this? Are you going to go to your shadow side, or are you going to find that harmony internally? Maybe a little bit of both, you know, yin yang. But be careful. You're just going to need to be careful how deep you go into that shadow and how deep you go into that light. You're going to be naive and, you know, blinded by the light, or are you going to be caught in the darkness? How about neither? How about you find a way to see both of those and find that middle ground between them, right? Because this is all about how you feel about something. You know, cups are your emotions. So how do you feel about this decision that you made? You got to see both. I see how it could have led to this. I see how it could have led to that. And this is what I chose to do. I'm confident in that decision because I know me. I know myself. I know what I want. I know what I need. I know what I'm trying to get. I know what I'm looking for. So you're going to lean into one, you're going to lean into the other, you're going to find your middle point. Which one gets you to where you want to go? It's kind of intense, but yeah, it's going to be crucial to remember everything that you learned throughout this, you know, past couple years, and maintain that strength and confidence and not lean too much into your ego, you know? Definitely just staying grounded and solid and in yourself is going to be crucial to that, because you could either end up like this, which was on the bottom of the deck, or like this, which was on the top. Which one is it going to be? You gonna end up like this bitch, or you gonna end up like him? This looks a lot more chill. This looks terrible. And sometimes those get us somewhere that we need to go. But, you know, do you want to stay in that energy, or do you want to, you know what I mean? Are you picking up what I'm putting down here? Because yeah, your intuition is gonna lead the way, and things are gonna move really fast. This is gonna be really fast. So it's not gonna be like a whole, you know, cycle in itself, but it could be if you handle it, you know, in a non-confrontational way, if you handle it in a avoiding way, if you're avoidant of this, you know, and want to, you know, keep all that in your subconscious and not deal with it, that's going to be a problem. So make sure you're facing this shit head on so you don't got to deal with it later. All right, let's get into some confirmational messages. Whoa, okay. Conclusions are within reach. So you're going to get the answers to your questions. Hold your vision. What are you trying to do? Don't get to the end of the vision and right before you get what you want, you turn around because you start second guessing yourself. I've done that. That shit is not good. It sends you through a whole other cycle. It's like, it's a waste of time. I mean, yeah, you go through the other cycle so that you can eventually learn and come out. But like, if you don't have to relearn stuff, you know, the answers you need are coming again. Surrender to the mother effing divine. Surrender, let it go, let it flow. This is gonna happen. So nothing to freak out about. Just like take this little hint, this little warning, you know, and do what you will with it. Focus on children. So nourish yourself like you are nourishing a baby. Like, this is going to be very fresh and new, you know? This is going to be different. You're going to be like, what the fuck is going on? Answer the call. You answered the call. Don't regret it. You know, they called you for a reason. This opportunity, this choice point came to you for a reason. You answered and you made your decision, and that's it. There's nothing to tweak out about. Us humans love to freak out about past shit that we did. I'm trying to move on from that. I do not want to be stuck in the past anymore unless I need to reflect on something. I find that we are really, you know, we really derail ourselves by going into the self-doubt area of our mind, and it really needs less attention. Energy grows where energy flows. I'm not trying to have energy flow towards that way. It's a waste. It's a waste. That's past shit, you know, unless it's bothering me in my current, it does not need to bother me at all. Wait, what? I don't know if that made sense. Anyways, I hope you get it. Balance yourself. So find your middle ground, your balance. That'll help you, you know. And go with the flow. Like I said, go with the flow. Surrender to the divine. Let go, rest, and manifest. Yeah, what do you want? What do you want in life? Figure that out, you know, because it'll help, you know, keep that manifestation flow. Like, man, I'm so bad at communicating with words sometimes. Sorry about that. I just like have feelings and then I have to gesture them and then I figure out words. But yeah, just have it like a straight connection. You don't want it to have like bumps and like kind of like a hose. Yeah, like a hose. You know, when it has a kink in it and there's no water's getting through, you need it flowing. You need it flowing. So surrender to the divine and let the energy flow through you. Stop letting it get blocked on certain chakras, right? You need to let that shit flow through you. And if you're interested, I provide an option in my personal private readings for a chakra reading. So if you're like, I have an imbalance and I don't know where it is, I'm trying to figure out exactly how to, you know, target it, I can help you figure out exactly where the imbalance is by tuning into each one of your chakras. So I offer that in my personal readings if you're interested. But yeah, this is what's coming through for you guys. And if you have any questions or want me to go further, you know, feel free to let me know in the comments or in my emails. I'm down to, you know, converse about these things. So yeah, crazy energy this week. I wasn't expecting it to be like, you know, a period of time. Normally I don't do that, but hey, it came through. So I had to honor that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. If you resonate with this reading, please give me a comment, like, or subscribe. I'm pretty new to YouTube, so I'm still trying to find my tribe up here. But yeah, I really appreciate you being here. And if you're interested in a personal private reading or joining my Patreon, you're welcome to check out the description box below. And yeah, I appreciate you so much. Have a great week. Bye.